mentioned Arsenal earlier. It's a big game tomorrow night. Arsenal host Manchester United. Ruben's Reds come to town. I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans, including a lot of the Arteta outers, because I must have seen about 3 or 4 titles from Lee. They're going to smash them. United, they're going to get ruined. Gooners feel very, very, very. I mean, I say that you're scary and get called out for it. Now they're going to smash my team. So, how do you see it going? Do you think you're going to smash Man United and hurt us, or do you think it might be a closer affair, Potsy?
I think we would have smashed you if you had Ten Hag, that's for sure. Although saying that, we never used to. For whatever reason, we just couldn't seem to smash Ten Hag teams. I don't know why. But no, I don't think we're going to smash you. I think we're going to beat you, but I don't think we're going to smash you. I think Ruben Amorim will set you up in a way that will be difficult and more difficult. All I will say is the last time we played for it at the back against Sporting, we absolutely destroyed them. So you'll have to sort that out if it's going to be anything like that old Sporting team. But I do think that you will be harder to beat. It's always a good game, Tell. Let's be real, actually. Taking banter aside, I always really enjoy this game. It's one of the first fixtures that I look at when the fixture list comes out. Excuse me, along with the North London derby, it's the one that I look at because I see Manchester United as our rivals, and unfortunately, we've been rivals for the wrong reasons over the last few years, trying to scrape into Champions League football. But growing up, it was an unbelievable rivalry, and I think it's one that's never come close to it, really. If you look at what Pep and Klopp have done and some of the other rivals there's tried to be, there's never been anything like Arsenal, Manchester United. Growing up, it was phenomenal. It was massive to be a part of, but even as a neutral, people would say, oh yeah, Wenger v Fergie and Keane v Vieira and all this kind of stuff. And unfortunately, it has lost a little bit of it, but the fan base is still always there. The fans still don't like each other. Other than Tottenham, it is still the team that I hate the most. And I have to say that I do think that this will be a good fixture. I actually think it will be interesting to see how the team have got used to under Amorim, because in the last few games, you've started to actually score some goals. And that's something I had question marks about. So if you remember over the last few weeks, I sort of said, who's going to get the goals at Manchester United? And to be fair, you've actually scored some goals. Rashford's getting on the score sheet. Xerxes getting on the score sheet. We've seen Bruno get back into the score sheet. So actually, you've started to play, obviously, a hell of a lot better. I think the new system will take some time. I think it's interesting to see what it will do with Lissandro and Mino being out, because obviously both of those are out. I imagine Luke Shaw and Ugarte will probably come in. So I'm looking forward to it, mate. I am. And I think that if we continue to play the way that we are, I do think we'll have enough. We'll have too much for you. The problem is we've scored 13 goals in the last 3 games. So everybody expects that to continue and us to put 4 or 5 past Manchester United like we did West Ham, Forest and Sporting Lisbon. I don't know that we will do that, but I do think that we'll win.
Yeah, I don't know. Are Arsenal interesting football club, aren't they? You think they're an interesting football club?
How do you mean?
Just like, I don't know, man. There's always something going on at your football club, isn't it? You know what I mean? And it's like, it's just interesting. It's just a very.
What's going on now? What do you mean?
You should have more of those all for nothing documentaries that you've done. You know what I mean? We need some more of those. I don't know. I think Arsenal for me. I think that will be a good game against United, and obviously FA Cup as well. That's going to be tasty. Ooh. But we got Salford as well, which is pretty mad.
I like that.
Yeah, but listen, I think for Arsenal, for me, I think they've just got to win something this year. Just anything. Carabao Cup, FA Cup, whatever. Just you got to win something, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to stop this.
Why not Champions League? Why didn't you say Champions League?
Well, you need heritage, you know.
Because of my heritage. Yeah. I mean, look, you're right. We do have to win something.
You just have to win something. And listen, is a Carabao Cup enough for Arsenal this season, given how much money they spent, given where you're at, given the fact you've challenged for the league twice in a row? Probably not. But it's better than nothing. And maybe if you win something, then you can start the, bit of winning mentality. You won something. So, you know me. This is why I've said for years that I think Arteta's made a huge mistake not taking those domestic cups a little bit more seriously, because I think that would have really helped you in the title races and stuff and that winning mentality. But I don't know. I just think it's time now, isn't it? Everyone's just waiting for Arsenal to win a trophy now, because if not, it's like, what are we doing here? Do you know what I mean? So listen, they're looking all right at the moment. They're cooking. They are cooking. They're scoring goals. Saka for me he's having a great season in terms of like his output. I don't know too much about in terms of performances. I don't watch every single Arsenal game, but every time I look at the game, he's scoring or assisting pretty much. Odegaard's back. They've got a lot of the players back. That Timber, really like him. I think he's a brilliant player. So let's see what happens, man. Again, I think all 3 of our clubs Be interesting to see what we do in January. Same with Arsenal. What are they going to do in January? But yeah, I think for Arsenal now, it's put up or shut up time, innit? You know, they've hyped this team up, they've hyped this manager up, and it's like, you know, if you don't win anything this year, then I ain't taking you seriously no more. So let's see what they can do, man. But they're a good side, man. Party's in there, he's cooking with rice, and yeah, let's see. But they've got to win something, even if it's just a Carabao.
Yeah, look, I don't disagree that we have to win something. I mean, for me, we've got to win something and challenge for him to have had a successful season. If we challenge and we don't win anything and we finish, I don't know, 3 points off of Liverpool, if it's going to be Liverpool, in the game to go, I just don't know what we're doing. Like, I really don't know. When is it going to happen? You know, look, it hasn't been kind on us, the FA Cup draws. I understand what people are saying in terms of the first one, but you've got to beat everyone to win the cup, right? You've got to beat everybody, whether it's Salford or Manchester City. You've got to get through the next rounds. I just think it is a bit like, wow, really? Like I think Manchester United and Arsenal came out at the third and fourth balls.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're at home, right? It's United. It's not like you're playing Liverpool, right? They're still mid-table side.
No, I've seen Terry's face.
No. I'm not even trying to dig on United there. I'm just saying, like, it is still United. It's not like, I know it'll be a big game and that, but like, you are at home and United are still pretty mid. Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
You should
it's
still
not the kindest
be
of draws. It's not the kindest of draws. It's not the worst of draws. Last season we got Liverpool at home. Season before that we got Man City away. It was like, come on, man, just give us. I just wanted a Tamworth or something this year. That was all. But to get Man United at home, I was like, oh, right, really. But look, I still think we can beat them, and I still think that we can beat Palace in the Carabao Cup. So at the moment, I'm not crying about draws. I expect it to get harder as it gets along. That's why I wanted somebody a little bit easier than Manchester United at home, but we'll take it. And look, I do think that we can win a trophy this season. This is what I said. I don't look at the squad and think, wow, that should walk the league. I don't think that, right? I do think it should win a trophy, though. I mean, let's just be real. Ten Hag can win a trophy in 2 years. Yeah. In the last 2 years, we can. So Mikel Arteta needs to take both of those domestic cups and the Champions League extremely serious now. And I will go as far to say, if it got to a stage where we were going to be in a position where we have to win that game, that midweek game, whether it be one of the cup games, I would rather take that one more seriously than the weekend game off if we're still 9 points clear of Liverpool. Because the trophy is more important than trying to get to 3 points behind Liverpool, in my honest opinion. Because getting 3 points behind Liverpool doesn't mean you go dump yourself out of trophies, go 3 points behind Liverpool and still lose the league, then you win nothing again. Like, that's what we've done for 2-3 years now. We have to sacrifice some of these games if it gets to that stage to win this trophy, man.
Yeah, well, that's why with the FA Cup draw, as much as I didn't want to go away to Arsenal, City, or Liverpool, Newcastle as well. Those 3 away games for Man United were always horrible, and I don't want any of them ever at any stage of the FA Cup. But I was thinking about the draw and the team Arsenal will put out. Should you close the gap on Liverpool? So let's say that's normally the first weekend after New Year's that the FA Cup third round is on, normally around the 3rd or 4th of January, whatever it is. And I'm thinking, if, say, Newcastle beat Liverpool tomorrow night and you beat Man United, we'll get onto that game in a minute. And then maybe Liverpool draw one more game, but you've won all in that period and you're suddenly 4 points behind them. I fancy our chances more in the FA Cup, because I think what you will then do is rotate a little bit, because you're like 4 points off the top of the league now, where you're right. Where if you're 9 points off still by then, or maybe Man United do a madness tomorrow and draw with you, or nick a win, and suddenly you're 12 points off the top of the league when it comes to the FA Cup game. There's no reason to not play the full strength team in every single Cup and Champions League game for the rest of the season then, because by the time you get to that part of January, we're more than halfway through the season. Is there really going to be a 13, 14 point swing with Liverpool? Probably not at that stage. So I think the FA Cup third round team you put out, I think maybe dictated. And by the way, maybe Man United as well, though. Because if we keep winning league games and we're a point off the Champions League, just putting this out there, maybe Amorim says, right, I want to win trophies, but there's a chance you're a Champions League football next year and we're improving. So, yeah, I'm not looking too far ahead to that game, although I did spend a lot of time thinking about it. So that doesn't really make sense.
This might be controversial, right? I think it's a great tie for United.
How come?
Right, because this manager's coming into United, right? And he's got off to obviously a bit of a decent start. You're scoring goals, as Potsy was saying, right? You're going away to Arsenal. It's not a free hit, right? Because they're your rivals. You said before, like, you know, there's a rivalry between you and Arsenal. But all the pressure is going to be on Arsenal. It's at the Emirates. And if you would have got someone like a West Ham or like a mid-table side, all the pressure is then on Amorim. And I just think like you're in the Europa League, whatever, yeah. Like for me, I just think like this is, so long as you don't get battered, I think this is a good tie for United.
No, I get that. I feel a little bit like that about tomorrow night. I don't buy into this free hit, zero pressure nonsense. There's pressure because I don't want to beat him, because the beating sets back confidence. I don't want to lose, although there is this part of me that thinks if we were to win, we help Liverpool get towards number 20, and I don't want it to be that easy for them. But if I'm being honest, everyone knows I've got respect for my rivals as much as I don't want them to win. I honestly couldn't care less about the title race at the moment. As in, I do as the host of the Football Terrace and as a football fan, but from a Man United fan perspective, I don't care if it helps Liverpool win the league. You know, sometimes you get banned. Like, what Man United will get bantered tomorrow if we would win, because you'll get people say, you've helped Liverpool catch you. Right now, maybe my mind will change nearer the time. I don't care. Right now, I couldn't give a shit about who.
United have to start focusing on themselves.
Man. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm in that mindset of I'd like Arsenal to win the league over Liverpool, and it's obvious why. Not because I twerk for Arsenal fans, but Liverpool are a bigger rival. The same as I'd rather Liverpool win it over City, because I think the 5-peat is such a tremendous record. No one's ever get anywhere near it. It's even harder than a 4-peat. I don't want it to happen. I've got a higher. By the way, I'd rather Chelsea win it over all of you, because I see Arsenal as a bigger rival than Chelsea. So there's a hierarchy to all of this, right? And that's just how I think and feel. But I don't care who we help tomorrow. I'm not going to write Amorim off. I'm not going to write off the rebuild if it doesn't go right tomorrow. But I'm putting some pressure on the team. I want a performance where we're in the game. I want a performance where we're not getting ripped through every 30 seconds. I want a performance where if Arsenal do get the win, which they should, they're the favourites. They're in better form than us. They're a better team than us at the moment. But I want a game where they come off the pitch and at the very least say, that was hard work. That's what I want from this man. I want to be hard to beat. I want to be difficult. And for me, it's, listen, I've been very nice about Arsenal the last couple of years because I think you've improved a lot. And I think some of the professional pundit commentary around you, I think, has been really poor in that time. What's touching my leg? Is that one of my kids? It is. What's touching my leg then? It's one of those things where I just sort of feel like I've been nice to anything else, but I don't care. I want to win tomorrow. Do I think we will? Right now, no. My gut feeling says a narrow loss, which I don't want. I'd take a draw before a ball is kicked. The one thing I'm really excited about seeing tomorrow, I don't think he'll start, but Lenny Euro has been announced as travel with the squad. Seeing him come into the team, I think is really, really big for us, especially with Lissandro being out. I actually wouldn't mind him getting a start, even if it's coming off the 60 minutes for someone like a Maguire. I'd love to see him get an opportunity. I'm really excited to see Ahmad. And also, I'm really excited to see the team and its structure against the much better side. No disrespect to Ipswich, Bodo Glimt, and Everton. I think we'll see a lot more of where we are in the grand scheme of things during this game. So, my only hope, of course, my main hope is winning the game. I want to win it. My biggest ask, though, is that we just don't be too easy to play against. We don't hold 4 or 5 goals or anything crazy like that. Walk away with a bit of pride, walk away with some positives, and then keep the growth going. So I do feel as well, we play City in 2 games, and you can't help this. I just feel like both games have come a little bit too soon for us, if that makes sense. We haven't actually had more than 2 training sessions. It's just been match preparation. So the players haven't even had a coaching session yet with the manager, which is crazy in reality. But look, it is what it is. I hope we win. No disrespect to any Gooners out there. I know a lot of them love the channel. But I want to beat you. Sorry about the title race, but I want to beat you because my club is more important to me.
Fair play. No, of course you want to win, man. And the thing is, people will say, Man United fans, I've heard them, doesn't really bother me about tomorrow. It's just a free hit. Like, of course it does. They love beating Arsenal. They would absolutely love to beat Arsenal. There is none of this, we lost. I don't really care. Of course you do, man. You hate losing Arsenal. I hate losing Man United. That's the way it is. So, look, I'm quietly confident that we can get 3 points. I think our right-hand side at the moment is cooking. Saka, Odegaard, and Timber have been superb down that right-hand side. We started to look a lot better in midfield. Jorginho's come in actually and done really, really well. Thomas Partey is obviously got a knock, and we don't know if he's fit or not. We're going to find that out hopefully tomorrow. But when we get to a run that we're doing at the moment, it's looking very good going forward. It really is. Look, we can always get caught though, and we do concede goals at the Emirates. So look, I actually think Manchester United could quite come out the blocks quite quick and could actually go 1-0 up. But I just think we've got too much quality, and I think we will overturn that. We will nick a win. That's what I think of that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just interested about the whole of tomorrow night. First, again, though, I don't understand why they couldn't have put the Liverpool City game on Saturday and then had a couple of games tonight and then tomorrow. Like, the fact they put them all on at the same time, just as football fans, it's hard to watch 4 matches. I know it's all on Prime, right? But unless you've got 3 or 4 screens, TVs, which fortunately I do in the studio, I have. But it's like, how do people watch all these? We pay for it, but you can't fucking watch all the games. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
I know there's always going to be some overlap, but I do think they're taking the piss. You could have had Liverpool and City games tonight, Man United, Arsenal tomorrow, and Chelsea's game, and then Spurs on Thursday. And I know I've been a little bit top 6 centric, but let's not pretend that it isn't our clubs that get 85-90% of the total viewership of the Premier League. Yeah. No disrespect to everybody else. Like, let's just spread that out a little bit, in my personal opinion.